How's it going, everybody? This is Husky's Ghost bringing you a video about things that have been happening lately. So, this is going to be an update of a previous video that I made not too long ago, saying that this is maybe goodbye because of what's been going on with the FTC and COPPA when it came to YouTube's new guidelines, terms of service, such as, making videos directed to children when they're not meant to be directed for children. Then it became very vague, and I wasn't too sure if this channel was going to be in danger along with the many other channels out there that have like a mixed audience. So anyways, a couple days ago, we finally got a response. We finally got the light at the end of the tunnel that gives us hope. Now, does this mean that the whole thing is being dropped and scrapped? Absolutely not. I don't really think something like this is going to be completely dropped. But it is a possibility for it to be tweaked and to a thing that we can all be able to be happy with, so. And of course, this whole thing does not end until December 9th. So if you guys still wish to go out there, express your concerns for many channels such as myself, and try to get this turned around to a thing that can be able to benefit all of us without doing any harm. Because we have until December 9th to have our voices heard. But anyways, as an update, I want to go ahead and firstly say that it seems like my channel might actually be okay. Probably. When it comes to this channel not being commercially valuable, I'm not making money out of my videos as of right now because I don't have the amount of views needed to monetize videos. I'm still a little iffy if that whole delete a channel automatically, if they're not making money type deal is still going to affect me, but hopefully not. Hopefully it does not come to that, because again, I'm not making money out of my videos as of right now, and the thing is, I'm actually kind of halfway there to be valuable. So it's just, I don't know, it's such a confusing thing. So I'm not too sure where my channel stands with that. But when we come to go ahead and talk about the FTC and COPPA with the whole child content, we finally got something to help kind of clear out some concerns that we had. So what we have right here is a response of the YouTube creators YouTube channel, which is pretty much the official YouTube channel of, YouTube. And they finally put up into their community section of their channel responding to our questions and our concerns about COPPA. And what they say actually does give a little bit of hope. Actually kind of puts a bit of a weight off our shoulders. And let's just go ahead and see how come and see what they have to say. So we got here, says, we've seen a lot of questions about what exactly is made for kids content and if your content is directed to children. Today, the FTC released more information to help YouTube creators decide if their content is made for kids or not. And they give you a link to the ftc.government, and we will get to that here very shortly. So it continues on saying, here are some important pieces we wanted to highlight, and this is where things start clearing up just a little bit. What if children watch your video, but it's not meant for target kids? That's something a lot of us have been trying to talk about, because a lot of channels, like a good portion of channels on YouTube, pretty much goes for a mixed audience. It could be for children, but they're not really meant to be for kids, but it's not a big deal if some watch it, but it's such a mixed bag. But I'm glad that they finally addressed that, and let's see what YouTube had to say about it. According to the FTC, the content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. So again, according to the FTC, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. And I do have that moment. There are times, even with my Creepy But True gaming series, I do have a description card at the beginning of almost every episode. Not every episode, but kind of towards like the later on episodes. that the series is more recommended for people at the ages of 13 and up. And there are times I have caught that there are some children under the age of 13 watching that content. So like I said, viewer discretion is advised. So it doesn't happen all the time, but you will have your moments. And me, fortunately, have those moments. So carrying on, is animated content considered made for kids? Now, for me, this isn't a big deal. I have been looking into kind of animation-wise stuff here and there for this channel, but haven't really gone to the progress with that. So it's just, I know a lot of other channels on YouTube, though, were worried about their animations being, flagged for children content. And this was a big deal for quite a few people. And they respond, according to the FTC, just because your video has bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean you're automatically covered by COPPA/made for kids. While many animated shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. Now, again, that will only direct to me just a little bit because I do talk about video games. I'll talk about Mario and stuff, but I do sometimes add a dark twist to them. So when I talk about videos when it comes to maybe animation characters, such as part of video games, that did hit me a little bit. So it's kind of good to see that they actually acknowledge that, saying, yeah, there's times you can have some animation things, and we know that they are not always directed for children. So it's pretty good that they went ahead and pointed that out. Now, it carries on saying, here are some tips from the FTC, and this is pretty interesting. It might help to consider how others view your content and content similar to yours. Has your children been viewed on sites that evaluate content for children? Is your channel or channels like yours mentioned in blogs for parents of young children or in media articles about children-directed content? Have you surveyed your users, or is there other parts of evidence about the age of your audience? Now, I wouldn't really recommend doing like a survey, because if you do put a survey and you do have a portion of people out there that are children that can actually use that evidence against you. I'm no lawyer or anything, so I'm just putting out my 2 cents, what I think about that. So I would definitely be careful if you want to do a survey. But for me, I know a good portion of my audience are not children. And people who watch my videos know that my content isn't exactly child friendly, and I do cuss once in a while. I mention blood and gore and stuff like that. And I have recently updated my my about section of my channel, saying that this channel is recommended for the ages of 13 and up. So even if you do videos on your channel and you do not want people to look at your channel for directed for kids, I would definitely try to sugarcoat it by updating your channels about saying what age group you're actually targeting. And then again, it gives you the link at the bottom, which is pretty much the same thing that they give you on the top. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at some key elements of what that link will bring us. Now, it's kind of pretty much the same story that we've been fearing about for the past couple days, and how vague the rules are for made for children content. But there is a little bit down the bottom. If you scroll down the bottom, there are at least 2 sections here that is actually worth talking about. Now, when we talk about the penalties of, having $42,000 per video fined to us, they actually did kind of clear out some stuff with that. And the topic is, what are the possible, keyword right there, possible penalties for violating COPPA? The rule allows for civil penalties of up to $42,530 per violation. So it's saying it can go up to $42,000. So it doesn't mean that we're going to be slammed with a hefty $42,000 per video, but it can go up to that. But the FTC considers a number of factors in determining the appropriate amount, including a company's financial condition and the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. While Google and YouTube paid $170 million in another COPPA cases settled this year, the operator paid a total civil penalty of $35,000. So just because, myself included, we're saying that it'll be $42,000 fine, doesn't mean that's what the amount of the fine will be. It might not even be that bad. It might just be, who knows, $10. But again, just take what I say with a grain of salt. Hopefully nobody gets penalized, because that's the worst case scenario. Hopefully I don't get penalized. I'm still going to be looking over my videos very carefully to make sure to avoid that, and try to protect my channel as much as possible from any future penalties. But they're saying it goes up to 42, so it does mean we will get 42, but it can go up to it. So you really got to be careful what you're doing. And now this one actually hits home for me, because this actually proves that maybe they're not a bunch of idiots after all. Maybe they're not a bunch of boomers who think, there's life after, the caveman age. Because when we take a look at these rules, it seems like it was not updated for a long time. And it looks like that they're actually listening and understanding our current situation. So it says here, isn't the FTC taking another look at the COPPA rule? And it says, yes, the FTC is currently evaluating the rule in light of rapid changes in technology. So they acknowledged it. They acknowledged our concerns, and they acknowledged that there are some things on the internet that is just what they are. I'm pretty much happy that they are hearing our cries and saying, hey, maybe there are some changes we need to be done. So I'm glad that they're doing that. If you would like to comment on the If you'd like to comment on the effectiveness of the COPPA rule and whether changes are needed, the FTC has extended the comment deadline to December 9th of 2019, and it will not take effect until January 2020. So we have December 9th to make sure this goes right. So they are listening. It's good that they are listening. YouTube is listening. It could definitely be a lot more better, but this does shine light for a lot of people, and this actually does help consider some things. Does this mean that children-only content are still in danger? Yes, they are. That means that they will still be directed for children, and they are still going to be screwed. But hopefully, we could be able to do something to help them out. And that's the whole point of voicing our concerns. We're voicing our concerns for the channels that will be affected when they are not meant to be for children, but they're at risk of being flagged for it. And we're also trying to help the ones who are making a living doing toy reviews and such, on YouTube. Because if those guys get hit, that could be the end of it. And that will suck. Because some of them actually love doing what they do. So anyways, when it comes to my channel, it looks like as long as I am very careful with what I do, and they're saying, just because you have popping collars and, talk about video game characters and such, you should be okay. I should be okay. So what I'm going to do is that I will go ahead and keep myself running. I will go ahead and keep this channel going. And I know some of you guys have voiced your concerns for me in my channel, and I'd like to say thank you very much for that. But as of right now, what I said on my previous video of saying goodbye, I might be gone before December 10th, will no longer happen. I might actually delete that video down the road as all things are starting to clear up. So as of right now, at the end of the day, it seems like channels like my own should be okay, and hopefully we can be able to keep it that way. But again, I would go ahead and leave the link in the description below. Make sure you voice your concerns if you haven't already, and let's try to fight this for the better of creators in YouTube for all. Alright, I know those things out there are about for the children, and I do hope for the best for children, but make sure that we are all on a happy spot with this. So, I'm glad that I could be able to say that my channel might be okay. I'm not saying might, I'm not 100% confident yet, but I'm still being at least I'm at to a point that I can say that as long as I'm being careful with this, it all should be okay. And any changes will be made? No, there will be no changes. I just have to make sure I keep that loud and clear with my videos. And yeah. So it's kind of good to see that we're finally got some hope. We finally got some good news out of this. And we just have to continue fighting this. We got to continue making sure the FTC knows what they're doing can't affect people in a way that it's doing more harm than good. And right now, it looks like this is working. So, again, let's keep doing what we can do, and hopefully for the better, right? So, that is, until next time, guys, you all take care.